Hey, what's up guys, Exalted here, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing Staying Ahead of the Curve episode number 3. So for those of you guys who are new to this series, pretty much what it is I go ahead and I show you the most advanced tips and tricks for building or whatever it might be in Fortnite to help you guys stay ahead of the curve. This kind of helps people stay better than the average player so that the average player doesn't catch up to them. And I post these videos about twice a month, so they're pretty frequent. Anytime a new strategy comes out, I've got it right here and staying ahead of the curve. So with that being said, let's get into episode number 3 of Staying Ahead of the Curve. Alright guys, so tip number 1 actually comes from a YouTuber named Martaz. I'm sure a lot of you guys know who he is. He's a fantastic player, fantastic YouTuber as well. Pretty much what it is when you're double ramping up like this and you've got an opponent above you, you can do one of two things. You can build walls like this and you can ramp here, or you can build another wall and ramp here. So I'm going to kind of show you each of these at a little bit quicker speed. So the first one is going to look something like this. You can go ahead and get nice high ground. If he's right here, you get a nice shot off on him. He's blocked. If he's a story above you, he's going to be ramping up like this, expecting you to come out of the pyramid. The pyramid is here purely for bait. The pyramid bait, really effective, and when you come off to the side here, you can get a really nice shot off on him here or there, and you can continue building up from there. Now, the next example of this, pyramid bait, you can go like this and start 290s. That'll be 390s total. And you get really nice angle on top of them. It's really quick high ground, and like I said, he's not ready. He was expecting you to come out the pyramid there, and you just whip 390s and you're right above him. So that's going to be tip number 1. It's really effective, but I want to go ahead and show you guys what you need to work on, because it does take a little bit of practice to get down. When you're building up like this, you need to make sure you're not putting the wall here. The wall is going to go back here behind the ramp that is connecting to the top. So it's going to go here. Also, it takes a little bit of practice to not do that. What you're going to need to do is you need to jump in the air and catch yourself. This is even more predominant when you're doing the 90 version of it. You really got to jump out far and catch yourself with that, and then you have to be decent at 90s, because depending on your positioning, you're going to have a harder, easier 90. So like I said, you just need to work on this part right here where you really jump out. I tried to make that way too exaggerated, but you really need to work on the part where you jump out and catch yourself like so. So that's going to take some practice, and that's tip number 1. Let's get right into tip number 2. Alright guys, so for tip number 2, this kind of takes place when you're boxed up, you're turtling, and your opponent has got the high ground on you, right? He's on that floor, and he's looking down on you, spraying through your pyramid or whatever it might be. What you can do is you can edit the 2 corners, any 2 corners you want. It doesn't matter, and the pyramid will immediately break above you, like so. The cool thing about this is, even though for a split second it doesn't look like it's broken, you can still shoot through it. So for a split second, you'll see it's still chilling there. He can't see you, and then it breaks. Even though it's still chilling there, you can shoot right through it. For example, if I do this, I can shoot right through it. He can't see you. He's not expecting it. It's a really nice, it's really dirty low ground peak. Now let's say, because most players don't just put pyramids above you. Usually they put a floor as well for extra protection, right? What a lot of players will do is they'll make 2 edits, and you see you don't get that angle. You don't have the angle. It doesn't really work. The pyramid gets in your way. What you can do is you can do this edit through the floor, like so. Do that quick edit, shoot through them. As you can see, I'm doing damage to the actual floor here, and then edit back, and then maybe put a pyramid. So it's an extremely effective strategy, really good for low ground. And that's going to be it for tip number 2. Let's move on to the last final tip number 3. Alright guys, so for the third and final technique, what I'm going to be showing you guys is I'm going to be showing you guys a really nice and easy edit. This edit is extremely effective, and it's extremely easy to accomplish, and it's so creative. You can use it in so many different situations. I have a few situations set up that I will go ahead and show you. So let's say you're building up and you get pyramided. Most of the time there will be a floor there. You can just edit through, get a really nice shot on them, or you can continue to ramp up. Now, speaking of ramping up, this situation, you don't need to connect a floor to keep the pyramid there, so the pyramid will hold your ramp. let's say your opponent is above you here, and they are expecting you to edit out the pyramid, right, and continue. What you can do is you can just run up, go like this, and you can continue this way, or you can just continue this way. You can switch directions super quickly, and it's just slightly confusing. Now, let's go to a kind of a more in-game situation that I have set up right here. Let's say you guys are both ramping up at each other. Whoever gets the first ramp is definitely going to get pyramided. So I got the first ramp, right? Player's going to take this super nice opportunity to get that beautiful pyramid off because he's farther away from you, whatever it is. He's great range. He's 99.9% of the time, he's going to place a floor here. If he doesn't, he just falls down, right? He's going to place a floor here, and he's going to do one of two things. He's going to decide to build out and continue building in a different direction, or he's going to box you in for what he thinks will be an easy trap kill. So your opponent just boxed you in. What a lot of players do is they freak out and they try to break out of the sides, whatever it is, and he just turbo builds the sides. It's usually not good. What you can do is while you're running up, you pretty much get a super, super easy ramp right onto him, and you can get a really nice shot off on them, and you can just walk out of the traps. I don't know about you guys, but I have never seen a player go for the box and spin all the way around and box themselves in with you. That almost never happens. I've personally never had it happen to me. So when you're in this situation, you get a really nice edit on them, and you can just walk out of the box. You can even like box them in their own box, edit on them, whatever it might be. So that is going to be the final tip. A couple precautions. You have to make sure the ramp is supported by one thing. Just the pyramid and the ramp is not gonna work. So if you have a floor from your opponent, or if your opponent boxed you in here and you place a floor, then it will work. Also, when you're double ramping up, you don't need the floor because it's connected to this ramp right here. So that's a really interesting. That's a really, really effective edit for you guys. I hope this video really helped you out. If you guys enjoy this series, the Staying Ahead of the Curve series, go ahead and hit that sub button. I would really, really appreciate it. And finally, when I hit 1,000 Support a Creator supporters, I'm going to be doing my first ever $100 giveaway live on stream. So you can use code Exalted in the item shop. I would really, really appreciate it. It helps me out more than you think. With all that being said, that was Staying Ahead of the Curve, episode number 3, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.